Now in Philadelphia are monitoring the water supply there after a chemical spill just north of the city in Bucks County.
Welcome to Alkaline Thrive, where we discuss all things plant-based medicine, holistic health, and current news. It's my job to help you make informed decisions so you can live your happiest and healthiest life. So if you enjoy this type of content, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about water safety and some of the headlines that we've currently been seeing about chemical spills here in the United States, multiple. And that's ultimately impacting the quality of our water and our health. So in today's video, we're going to be going over major spills that have happened just this year, 2023. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about how to protect ourselves with this going on. Let's jump into the first video.
The 149-car train derailed nearly 3 weeks ago. Its 38 cars came off the tracks, 11 of them tank cars that dumped more than 100,000 gallons of hazardous chemicals, including vinyl chloride, which is linked to cancer. The EPA says its tests show the air and municipal drinking water in East Palestine are safe. Today's NTSB report also found the train was traveling 47 miles per hour before the accident, which was below the speed limit. Residents in East Palestine remain anxious and frustrated about the aftermath.
Unfortunately, the people of Ohio aren't the only ones that are facing risk of chemicals in their community. Now, this is a fact that's disturbing, but more than 100 million people in the United States live within a 3-mile radius of a hazardous facility. And this is according to the Environmental Protection Agency. These facilities can include petroleum refineries, large chemical manufacturers, agriculture chemicals, and so much more. And unfortunately, incidents and accidents like this are more common than people realize, with the EPA recording around 150 serious accidents each year in the United States alone. And reports show that in the first 7 weeks of 2023, there have been more than 30 accidents already. These incidents range in severity, but they all pose a threat to our communities and our health. So this next video that I'm about to show you is especially concerning, and I cannot believe that we're just being told about this now.
Some communities have been caught by surprise by a massive radioactive leak from a nuclear plant that they are just now hearing about, even though it was first detected months ago. We are talking 400,000 gallons of contaminated water, and it happened at this plant because of a broken pipe. Now, that leak was found in November of last year, but the public is only finding out about it now. The nuclear plant is owned by the company called Xcel Energy, and both the company and the state are working to try to clean up the contaminated water. Now, the water is said to contain radioactive tritium, which is a form of hydrogen and can occur in water naturally at extremely small amounts. But per EPA regulations, 20,000 units of tritium can be in drinking water per liter. But the water right now at the plant is in the millions. And here's a look at the location of this plant. It's very important. It is in Monticello, Minnesota, right there along the Mississippi River. Xcel and the state say they are actively working to contain this leak to that plant property. And Maggie, we know that the leak has been stopped, or that's what they're saying, and authorities are telling people not to worry because there is no danger. But the cleanup is still happening, right? How contaminated are we talking? We were just showing that video from the helicopter there. You can see that the plant is very big. The town of Monticello seems to be a little ways off, but the plant seems to be right there on the river.
Right. Well, basically what they've told us is that at least to a layman, this seems like a painstakingly slow process. Again, we talked about 400,000 gallons of this severely contaminated water. Xcel says it has been, I want to get their quote right, pumping, storing, treating, and reusing the contaminated water while monitoring nearby wells to make sure this isn't leaking into drinking water. But they point this out, and this is important. They say recovering all of this tritium that leaked, and again, 400,000 plus gallons of water, recovering all of that will take about the next year. Gotti.
Now, they say the leak is fully contained and that no hazardous chemicals have been detected outside the facility or in drinking water. But it's like, how can we trust that when they've been keeping this information from us for so long? Now, unfortunately, it doesn't end here. Let's watch the next video.
that freeway east of Tucson due to a hazardous spill.
Faye is joining us now with what we know so far. Faye?
Yeah, guys, a shelter-in-place warning now in effect for anyone within a 1-mile radius of this crash, which is near the Kolb exit there off of I-10 east of Tucson. Drivers being urged to avoid this area. Brand new video coming in right now from the scene. At the time of the crash, around 3 p.m., winds topped out at 45 miles an hour. Officials say the truck flipped on its side in the median. Fire crews are on scene working to control the hazardous material. Nitric acid is a major component of fertilizer. It can also be used to make explosives. Now, according to the CDC, exposure to nitric acid can cause irritation to the eyes, the skin, the lining of the mouth, lungs, and stomach. Officials urging everyone nearby to turn off their heaters, AC units, and any other equipment that may bring in outside air.
Now, nitric acid is used to make ammonium, nitrate for fertilizer, and in manufacture of plastic and dyes. And exposure to this chemical can cause a lot of serious health issues, which is why they had to do that big evacuation. But let's go ahead and watch the next video.
Right now in Philadelphia are monitoring the water supply there after a chemical spill just north of the city in Bucks County. Overnight, city officials had to temporarily shut down the intake from the Delaware River for that city's tap water system after an estimated 8,000 gallons of a chemical used to make latex paint spilled into a tributary of the river.
Ken, it's frightening for a lot of residents here in Philadelphia. We saw panic Sunday after the city announced that your water may be affected of people going out to buy bottled water, stocking up on it.
Now in this one, although the Philadelphia Water Department stated that there was no contamination in the water detected, but it's important to know that potential consequences of this spill are still unknown. We don't know the long-term consequences of this. It's crucial that companies like this are held to a higher standard and are held responsible for their actions. The fact that there's so many hazardous facilities in such a close range of highly dense populations is a cause for concern. The number of incidents is way too high, and it's obvious that we need to enforce stricter safety regulations. Rather than downplaying the risk of these hazardous materials, we need to take these incidents seriously and work to prevent them from happening in the first place. The government must do more to ensure the safety regulations are enforced and the hazardous materials are stored and transported in a way that minimizes the risk of accidents. So there's an actual festival and party going on right in front of me, but the show must go on. I'm sure you can hear it in the background, but yeah. If you're looking for the safest drinking option, a distiller might be the best choice for you. Distillation is the process of boiling water and taking the steam and condensing it back into water. This process removes nearly all contaminants like heavy metals, viruses, parasites, chemicals, all the things that we don't want in our body. I'm not affiliated with any company, so I'm not going to recommend you a specific distiller. It's up to you to do some research in regards to what fits into your budget and the best one for you. Now, what's great about a distiller is that you get pure H2O. And for those that are worried about the minerals that are also taken out, you can remineralize water by adding mineral drops, mineral stones, a little bit of Himalayan salt. And remember, you're also getting an abundance of minerals and nutrients when you eat nutrient-dense foods. In regards to the other water in your house that's not for drinking, I definitely recommend getting the best filters within your budget for your shower and your sinks. And again, I don't have a specific brand to recommend you, but just look into the one that offers the best filters and see what they actually filter out. Remember, knowledge is power, and staying informed is the first step towards staying happy, healthy, and safe. See you in the next video.